Welcome back, or welcome for the very first time to Worms and Warriors. We're back with our Confederate campaign in Grand Tactician The Civil War. We're going into episode 6. If you watched the previous episode, you'll know that this is going to be a battle episode. And a quick note before we get started that this video will be chaptered, so do please feel free to skip to wherever it is you want to go to. We are fighting a battle in Virginia. Once again on the Manassas battlefield. We outnumber the enemy significantly, but they are going to attack us anyway. It's under Patterson once again. A couple of Union forces have come down and engaged us, and after some backward and forward marching and counter marching, we've managed to get ourselves into a fortuitous scenario where we outnumber the Union. They invaded Virginia with somewhere around 60,000 men. We've got our forces here opposing them, and it's going to be a difficult fight, I think, still, even though we outnumber the enemy. But it's, yeah, you know, we'll see how that goes. We're waiting on our Shenandoah army arriving. They are 3 hours away. But in the field, we've got a substantial force, 25,400 men under Beauregard, our main force, our Eastern Virginia Corps, which we call it. The Shenandoah force under Joe Johnston is, like I say, 3 hours away, but they're going to come in. Some decent troops here, some nice big brigades. Yeah, it's going to be pretty... I mean, it should be pretty straightforward, to be fair. We're going to set up defensively. We've got divisions under Longstreet, Ewell, Hughie with our artillery there, Smith, Withers, and then Evans Cavalry Brigade. Yeah, well, it's a division, but like it's 965 men. We've got in the cavalry, we've got Jackson's regiment here, and the Styrian Panthers under Wheelers. This is a viewer unit. A quick note on viewer units: if you've requested a unit and I haven't yet put it in game, don't worry, because I am still doing that. I've been away on holiday, so these last few episodes have been pre-recorded, so obviously I haven't been able to update things as such. I do have a couple to put in, but if I haven't put yours in yet, like, don't fret, but feel free to pop it in the comments and then remind me, give me a little kick up the backside to make sure I do actually end up putting your unit in. But if you have requested it, it should be going in. Let's go through the rest of the forces here. So we've done the cavalry. We've got Withers divisions, this new troops. We've got the North Carolina Volunteers under Iverson. We've got the 1st Georgia Sharpshooters under Gordon. We've got the Fredericksburg Home Guard under Trimble. Then we've got Smith's division. That's Edmund Kirby Smith. We've got Mahoney's infantry, Virginia Volunteers. Only 921 of these guys, but they've done pretty well in the last couple of battles. We've got the 6th Brigade under Early. We've got the 3rd Brigade under Jones. They've both done okay overall. We've got Hughie's guns. We've got 22 of those. That being 5 Parrots, which is a nice little set of guns under Captain Thomas Rosser. We've got the Purcell artillery here under Walker. That is 12-pound howitzers. Not great, but I mean, they'll do a job. The 1st Macon artillery under Henry. That being 6 Napoleons. Nice guns, those. And we've got a small battery under Jones. 24-pound howitzers, 6 of them. It's their first fight. It's a few of these guys' first fights, I think. Not the artillery so much. But infantry, yeah, we've got first fights. Quite a few first fights. Gordon's boys must have been involved in the fight. I can't remember which one, but that's good. So they've got a bit of experience. Let's keep going through these guys here. We've got Ewell's division, the 2nd division. We've got A.P. Hill with his infantry, armed with Springfield rifled muskets, which is excellent, of course. We've got the French Legion under Barton. They've done well in their previous battles, but they have been whittled down to 1,200 men. Holmes, again, they've been questionable performances from this brigade, but they've had tough assignments. 1,000 of those guys left, so we've done quite a bit of fighting with these dudes. And last but not least, we have Longstreet's division with Buckner and his 4th Brigade. We've got Johnson, Edward Johnson, that is, with 2,500 men of the 5th Brigade. And the Royal Black Watch, 2,800 men, armed with Mississippi rifles. This has been an excellent brigade. They've done a good job in the last battle. The Shenandoah force, as mentioned, is under Joe Johnston. We've got Jackson's division here. We can't actually look at them, but I don't really know the brigade names off by heart. But it's a substantial force. 2 infantry brigades. We've got Stuart's cavalry division, which, again, it's really a brigade. And we've got some guns there. Not quite as many as in our main force, but not to be sniffed at. And that's great. So let's come out of this. We'll have a little look at the overview. So we can see the Union's coming in from Centerville. My worry is if they march up here and try and outflank us. So what I've done is I have kept part of a division in reserve. So it's Iverson's men here, these brand new troops. As you can see, they're armed with mixed muskets. We literally have nothing to give out. 3,000 men under Iverson are guarding our kind of northern flank, if you want, if you will. So this is to stop any Union movement around, or at least slow it until we can get other troops in position. As well as that, we've got Trimble, so Fredericksburg Home Guard. Again, it's their first battle and they're poorly armed, so they are positioned down here next to Sudley Mill, guarding our southern end, and this objective here at Sudley Springs. The other objective is just north of Sudley Fords. So it's like I've got a little reserve, not much. Then we've got Ewell's division, which is our main reserve, so we can redeploy them wherever needed. Gordon from Withers division, the rest of Withers division is Iverson and Trimble guarding our flanks. Gordon is here just in case we need him to push in anywhere. Mahoney's up on these breastworks, parapets even, so this is full defensive measures, which hopefully will slow down any advance here, and these 900 men are covering this approach, backed up by Gordon and his 1st Georgia sharpshooters, armed with muskets. Unfortunately, we have no rifles to give out. We also have some cavalry just behind here, Wheeler with the Styrian Panthers, just for a bit of support. I mean, I'm hoping not to have to use these in combat, but you never know. I've placed our artillery on this little hill, Henry Hill I think it is. Oh no, maybe it's not Henry Hill, I'm not sure. Whatever this hill is up here. Definitely not Henry Hill. Henry Hill is a different place, I think. Yeah, Henry Hill's down here. So a little hill, just Red Hill, I guess, next to Red Hill Farm. So they're up on Red Hill. Some infantry behind them and on their flanks. Longstreet's 7,500 men are up here on our left flank. And that's about it. There's not really much to it. We're waiting on Joe Johnston arriving in 3 hours, and we're in no real hurry to press forward. We are defending here. Patterson's going to attack, and we're going to leave him to it. With that said, it's 9:15 in the morning, 9:15 or 9:15, however you want to say it, and we're going to press play. I will send out some skirmishers from Iverson just in case we spot anything moving up around his flank. We want to have as much warning as possible so we can get other troops in there if need be. I'm going to just move Beauregard a little closer to the action here. Currently we are outnumbered. They have 29,000 in the field. We have 25,000, but remember we have Joe Johnston's forces arriving, which is around 20,000 men, I think. So we don't want to do anything stupid to start with. It's a holding action, and we're happy with that. We have previously had some good action against Patterson. We really gave him a bloody nose just outside Washington. Inflicted about 5,000 casualties on them, if I remember correctly, which was nice. But since then, it's been pretty quiet in the east. I'm going to stick out some skirmishes from Gordon's brigade. Again, I kind of want to just move them forward just so we can get a look if anybody's moving up. Get some skirmishes out from Bonham as well. They're armed with the Mississippi rifle, which is nice long range. You might remember that we now have Mississippi rifles available for production, which is excellent. No sign of the Union yet, but I wouldn't expect that either. They're kind of up here somewhere. We could use the cavalry for a bit of scouting, but I'd rather keep them here and keep them intact. They're only really small regiments, under 500 men in both. I've had a couple of nice and interesting holidays. I've been abroad. We've been to Mallorca in Spain, and then a few days at home, and then out to Germany near Celle. Excellent. It's nice to get away from the bleak weather here in northeast England. That being said, I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. Let's see if we can get some action going here. I'll feel better when Joe Johnston is in the field as well. It's always nice to have extra troops. So Iverson's skirmishers have gone all the way up here to the north. And hopefully we can't see any movement up here, because that would be a bit of a bummer, because we'd have to really refocus our troops. Depending on what the Union does, I'll probably stick an extra brigade or so up here from Johnston's force, and then the rest will move onto the line and see if we can get some action going. Johnston has arrived. Oh, he's arrived down here. Okay. We'll let them get on the field. Johnston's going to have about 16,000 men, so some fewer than I had expected, but that's still okay. No sign of the Union. I think we might put Joe Johnston up here, but what I'll do first, I'll advance him up. We'll advance him here to this kind of the historical battlefield of Manassas and kind of place him here, and then we'll decide what to do with him. Let them get on the field first, though. Get them organised. There's no rush. We are defending here, like I say. Or officially we are defending, but I don't know what. There's no movement at all from the Union. The Federals haven't made any effort on our position. Sometimes that happens in this game, so the AI just doesn't do anything, which is frustrating. Oh, here we go. Let's go slow us down. The AI is doing something. We've got a brigade arriving. Just going to have a little mess with my sound options because I can't actually. Hopefully that's fixed it, but it's very, very quiet on my end. Hopefully it'll get picked up in the recordings, of course, which is the main thing. Let's take some light casualties. There's another brigade coming here, Wallace's brigade, so hopefully that does mean that they are coming this way, which would be nice. Joe Johnston's boys are in the field. Let's move them up, and yeah, if we can bring them in here, that would be perfect. Actually, I think. Can we do this? I'm going to bring them up this way. Let them march. I have to keep an eye on what's happening though. It looks like they are pressing down here. So what we'll do, we will move Longstreet's division forward. Okay, let's go under fire from Gordon's skirmishers. Let's move Early's brigade forward slightly. Let's move Gordon forward a little. Ooh, the cavalry are taking some heavy punishment there. First cavalry pulling back with 70 losses. Quite substantial. Coming back in. I've lost sight of this brigade here, but the next brigade is moving in, the West Virginia brigade. Our skirmishers are moving down. I thought I'd given Longstreet's troops orders to move forward, but maybe it hasn't happened for whatever reason. I'm just going to bring them across this way. Nice, we sent our cavalry running. Always happy to break units. Oh, no, but I don't want you guys to pull forward or anything like that. You just stay there. Some long-range fire from the infantry up there. More brigades coming up. I guess this is going to be their focal point then. And that's just fine. Johnston's on the move. It'll take him a while to get up here in position, but that should be a nice flanking movement if we can do it. If we can make that happen. going to put early forward up onto this creek bed. Some guns moving up, so we've got the 1st Division coming in. Hill's Brigade, Schleich's Brigade, and Rosecrans. The Union Brigades here are struggling a bit coming forward, taking heavy casualties. They're kind of teleporting backwards. And, I don't really understand why this game does this so often, this kind of thing, but it does happen. They're broken. Bizarre. The guns moving in. That will cause us some trouble. Hopefully we can get some skirmisher fire. Calling in Gordon skirmishers here. And sending out early skirmishers instead. Effective skirmishing. Those muskets not very good. They're bringing up more infantry, so they're going to definitely press in here for another attack. Their artillery is battering us. I'm going to bring Walker's 12-pound howitzers a little closer to the action. Hopefully it'll be more effective. Infantry up here, the Bonham's detachment, hopefully causing them some trouble. I'd love our parrots to give counter battery fire, but it never seems to work. Longstreet's division is in place. We can move them forward if we like. Perhaps we will. Yes, we will. Still some way away for Joe Johnston's men. Jackson's division leading the charge, as you might expect. Jubal Early's men are going to lie down in the creek bed. More artillery coming close. I don't believe we need Iverson there. He's going to move down here. Well, we must have hit their artillery somehow because there's some of their guns lying around there. I'm going to send Buckner skirmishers down here to hit this artillery. Rosecrans division is moving forward. Brigade, sorry. sending out some more skirmishers. I like a heavy skirmisher screen. If you watch my videos for any length of time, then you'll know that. If you are new here, why not hit that subscribe button? Follow the series along. Keep up with what's happening. Slice Brigade is pushing forward. Going to make another go of it. Gordon's boys are ready, as are the Virginia Volunteers under Mahoney. Got Walker and Barnard Elliott B. Jr. marching first. Hopefully we can get these guys into the fight. They are rifle armed troops as well. Much needed. Here we go. Buckner's infantry is there. So he's turning around for that because obviously he doesn't want his artillery battered, but we're fine with that. Anything that slows them down or disrupts them is fine by me. Quite a few Union casualties strewn around and his infantry is lying down. Some more artillery set up at the rear here. Just something to keep an eye on. I'm going to keep Trimble down here. It's the Ferrisburg Home Guard, which is a viewer unit, which I usually like to get involved, but their weapons are poor, and this it'll keep them safe, and it'll get rid of their first battle debuff. Decent job from Buckner's infantry here. Pushing his artillery back. Oh, nice. They've actually broken them. Excellent. Let's get them back. Done a nice job. I don't want to spring our little trap too early. Quite happy just to, I mean, skirmishers are going to lose men, but it keeps them busy, keeps them occupied, it gets our other force a chance to get into position. Of course, we also have Ewell's division here still, which isn't engaged. We've got troops moving around to the north. Okay, so good job, Ewell's division isn't engaged, let's move them up. Cover our flank. In fact, Iverson can go up there as well. They're moving up there in force. So this looks like it was a diversionary tactic from the AI, which is nice, excellent. I love seeing that kind of thing. Edward Johnson's skirmishers are running out, just about to pull them back as well. Never mind. This whole clump of enemy troops is in range of our Royal Black Watch troops. They are firing at range, but that's okay. These guys haven't really got a shot over here. So I'm going to move them to support this northern defence. Those 12-pound howitzers. And in the meantime, is it too early to spring this? Oh, this is actually troops moving all over the place. Okay, let's just pause a second and take stock. Union troops are all over the place now. So I'm going to move Hill to cover this section. This is going to be a bit of a mess, I think. I'm going to bring Jackson's division this way to hopefully strike this force that's moving around our flank. Yeah. So maybe this is not the time to press into here. Can we break those guys? Probably. Will we lose a lot of men? I think so, because of their guns right close by. However, we do have numbers here, so maybe if we push down, we could possibly be successful here. Let's give it a try. Once Longstreet engages, we'll move in with the Georgia sharpshooters and the Virginia volunteers. We've got Wynn Cooper on the move, Negley. I don't really know what these guys are all doing or where they're going. But if we can sweep these guys away, that would be good. Okay, so looks like we'll be in place here just in time. B is going to encounter the Union troops over here. We've got to keep an eye on what's going on. Gordon's just marching around over here. Somehow managed to cross this stream, which shouldn't have been possible, but it was somehow. That's this game for you. Okay, we are starting to send them running. He's going to push down this way. Excellent. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how Gorman's got across this river, but it shouldn't have been possible. B is now outnumbered. Nobody else has come up. Okay, so this section of the fight hasn't gone okay. Let's get Barton involved over here. Let's swing these guys around. Messy fight down here. I'm disappointed with how this happened. This has turned out. Let's get moving, Walker. Come on. Let's get Gordon over here into their rear. No. Alright. Could be worse. Could definitely be better as well, of course. Iverson's men have managed to hold these guys back even with their mixed muskets, which is nice. Jeez. These brigades are just wandering around here, blocking each other. It's a right mess. I wish the enemy, the AI, would take some kind of initiative. Just a little bit would be nice. Troops are breaking down here. It's just, this is an absolute shambles. Their brigades are still everywhere. have no idea what these guys are doing. Come on, Hill, forward. This little detachments. I don't really know why they were there. Okay, Jackson and his brigade are almost here. Some fresh troops going to get some fire. More fighting over here. If you wouldn't mind just moving forward and engaging the enemy, that would be nice. I dare not pull Iverson back because they will rout if I do. The Fredericksburg Home Guard is on the march. I don't know if they're going to make it over here in time. Let's give them double time orders. Some more flank troops are arriving, thankfully. Butterfield is still fighting hard up here against Buckner. Early's going to arrive in the rear. Should hopefully give them some problems. And Johnson as well, he's on the road, so he's marching nice and quickly here. Let's get him into this fight, I hope, soon. Another Union Brigade broken here. Surely their morale's going to topple at some point very soon. So this fight's kind of stretched into two little scraps. We've got this southern fight going on, and then that main fight as well. This one was a bit, yeah, a bit. I'll not say anything else about it. It wasn't good. field is routed. Let's keep this pressure up on the Union. Send these Federals home. Their units are still kind of marching in here. Not sure how they're managing to still be in the field, to be honest. Come on, Gordon, into this fight. Ah, nice. Trimble's men must have managed to rout them. Let's get Trimble's guys involved over here. And Hill also. Off we go, son. The enemy's retreating. Okay, so they've had enough. This was a messy little fight. Just going to play this out. I mean, we're not really... Can't really do much about his retreat troops. We do have some cavalry here. I don't know if... Maybe we can run down some of his guns. Go on, Wheeler. Oh. Nope, Wheeler hasn't... He's just managed to break himself. I don't know. Stupid. The enemy 1st Brigade under General Sumner has been whipped and captured. Nice. 700 men for our prison camps. 6,000 casualties for the Union. 3,100 for us. They lost 20 guns. Hopefully we've got some good equipment here. That would be very nice. We did lose 3,000 infantry. More than I would have liked, but it was a bit of a hodgepodge mess there, the way we got kind of split into pieces. But, I mean, it turned out okay in the end. I had kind of expected somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 casualties, so it's not too bad. We managed to maintain all our guns. Hopefully capture some enemy weapons as well. That would be nice. Let's see what we've got. And we also managed to take a whole brigade prisoner, which, you know, that's not to be sniffed at. Colonel Arkle has fallen into disgrace. I mean, that was then that mess up in the south there. I don't know if we can really blame Flatman Arkle for that, but I'm not sure. The Battle of Manassas Junction has ended with the Department of Pennsylvania retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory, with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered casualties of 5,993 men, thereof 693 killed, and 1,576 captured. That's excellent. And we now have a prison camp as well. Their morale is believed to be stable. Our casualties were 3,135, 444 killed, 498 missing, the rest wounded. Morale is determined, and we have very good supply. We captured 3,500 rifles and 10 guns. 1,457 prisoners have been sent to our POW camps. Excellent. Arkle loses face. Right. So it worked out nicely here, but like, it really did, because this main army didn't get involved in this fight at all. But we'll have to deal with them in the future, I suppose. On a side note, Magruder has also taken Graft. Now he's in the process of taking it, and his army is going to be up to 6,200 men, so a sizable force for that area. We had Kentucky secede last time, so if you missed that, go and check it out. It was a good episode, even though there was no fighting in the last one. We are still evenly matched, but let's have a quick look at the weapons that we've got. See if there's anything obvious we've captured. Well, we captured 45 Hall carbines. I'm not sure what we're going to do with those, since there's only 45 of them. We've got a bunch of howitzers ready. We've got 1 3-inch ordnance, which we must have taken there, but again, we've got like what we're going to do with one. 2,300 Springfield rifles, and now that is useful to have. Some Plains rifles, some Mississippi rifles. We've got some on order, remember. Springfield musketoons, not sure if we captured them or not. 2,000 Springfield muskets, so I mean, there was nothing amazing here that we took. 2 Napoleons. Yeah, I mean, that's alright, but not awesome. We're also planning action in the west here. I'm building up Van Dorn's force to 24,000 men. Then we're going to push up into the army of the west. This should be a pretty epic fight. 26,000 men here, probably under Lyon. with no supply, which that's going to play in our favour, I hope. So my plan is to get this brigade in here, Stevens Brigade, from Tennessee. So they're joining us here. That's going to bring this force up to 24,400 men, and they're going to be there in 5 days. So in the next episode, we're going to have a little offensive into southwestern Missouri. There won't be too much more action because it's already 22nd of September of 1861, and we have had substantial action so far. We've spotted an enemy force here. Army of Mississippi is going to be 19,000 men, so that's something to deal with. We have moved our Army of Tennessee down here, 14,000 men. And we have a force up here, the Kentucky Army under Bragg, 5,000 men. It's all men from Kentucky. But we're waiting on some of these guys to come in to join them. We need some better weapons. We're waiting for orders to come through that we've placed in, that being Mississippi rifles and Plains rifles. We're going to recruit some more troops, but not lots. We've made a garrison here at Fort Barnes, which is not supplied at the moment, but I'm sure that'll rectify itself once these armies go away. 2,200 men. I mean, there's nothing special or anything. It's just kind of keeping an eye on Fredericksburg and slowing any potential Union advance. So that's the plans. That's where we're at. Let's see. There's not really, nothing much else going on. We do need to improve some of our weapons. So they've hardly got anything. Gordon's boys did quite well there. Let's have a quick check of those. Suffered 61 casualties, inflicted 244, so that's a really nice job by them. Colonel John B. Gordon, they've got muskets. Can we give them Springfield rifles? No, we haven't got quite enough for that. However, I'm going to give Holmes Springfield muskets instead, because this is a small brigade, but they were armed with rifles, so I can then give these guys the rifles. So that's Gordon's boys with rifles. Nice. Springfield rifle muskets. And that also gives us a few more muskets to play around with, and I don't really like mixed musket troops. It's not something you want to be going into combat with. But we do have a fair few still with those, so like 5,000-6,000 men in this army. Trimble, they did well as well there. Inflicted 80 casualties, so they hit the flank of the Fredericksburg Home Guard. Nice job. Iverson, they did some hard fighting there, the North Carolina Volunteers. Suffered 430 casualties, inflicted 392, so they held their own, bear in mind this was their first fight. That's pretty damn good. Beauregard, looking solid. Mahoney, done a nice job in the last few battles he's been a part of. Really quite well done. Especially with this tiny force he's got. Yeah, we've got nothing to give out to the cavalry, unfortunately. I'm going to give the Home Guard, the Fredericksburg Home Guard, Springfield muskets, so there we are. Don't think we've got enough to give Iverson anything. Nope, nothing. Right, so that's where we're going. These guys should pull out, and I'm suspecting the Army of Northeastern Virginia is going to pull straight back down and try and give us a scrap, which is, it's fine. We'll see how that works out. It'd be nice if we could get a hold of some better artillery and some more weapons, but we've got nothing going on at the minute. We're doing Industrialization 1 currently. Next up, I think we were talking about we're going to do Military 2 and then move into Conscription Act 1. I think that's probably for the best. And then we're probably going to move into Impressment, as well as the Tariff Act. We need to make some money. Anyway, I think that was a nice little fight. It was a good episode, I thought. It was a little bit shambolic, but then nearly all my battles are, if I'm being truthful. It's just one of them things. I'm not amazing at this game, as I like to keep saying. And I'm fine with that. Like, I think it makes the game a bit more interesting. If you're constantly winning, it makes it really dull, I think. So I like to see how it goes. I don't reload saves. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I like to just keep going and leave it as it is. Once again, if you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and come and join us for the series. It's been a lot of fun so far, and this is episode 6 signing off. I hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.